it's bright up here. I mean, it's bright up here. It's bright up here. It's like a deer in the headlights, right? That means like a deer is used to seeing sticks and other deer and snakes, and it knows what to look out for. But when there's headlights, it's like, what the fuck is that? It's really scared. You know, common send-off is break a leg, right? And I don't know where that came from. I'm sure it has a real history, but I guess it means that if I do break my legs tonight, I'm gonna have a really bad night. But of course, I'm going to. My experience is that having a really bad night, they're just awful. It just sucks up here having a bad night. But I learn the most, right? I'll have like a few days of utter shame, and then I'll think. I mean, I'll remember that for a long, long time. Now, this, as you guys know, this is like performance from a class. My classmates and I, we've taken 8 classes, and I've taken a number of these 8 class sessions, and we get up in front of everybody at class, and we do our 10 to 15 minute thing, and inevitably each time there are 2 questions. How did it feel? And were there any moments that were special or interesting and or maybe fun? So, you know, when you hear this over and over again, it registers after a while, and I love this. I love this. You know, so as I'm performing, I'll be thinking, you know, I'll have like some words that are planned, but then I'm just going to stop myself and say, Rob, is this good? Are you enjoying it? Is it meaningful? Is it powerful? Is it anything other than just the words that I had planned? I'm going over here like as if I've got the script up there. Right, that one. You know that one. I grew up in this house that was 5 doors down from the Long Island Railroad tracks. I didn't think much of it at the time, but you know, after I left the house, I moved away, and then I'd go back and visit. I'd be in a conversation with somebody, and the train would come, and like the windows would shake, and everything would move, and I was like, what the hell? You know, the conversations just kept going. We you know, I got used to it. You don't even think about it after a while. This was a powerful thing, and as a little kid, you know, 4, 5, 6, I'd walk there with my brother and our neighbors, and we'd stand at the intersection and watch the train go by, and you know, it was really exciting. It was powerful. It was big, steel, glass, people, and you know, somebody pointed out, that's the 3rd rail. Don't touch that thing. And you know, you guys probably know what the 3rd rail is, right? It's just this chunk of metal. Cross section is probably like this, and it runs the length of the track. So, you know, when the train wasn't there, we'd go in the intersection and look down to the vanishing point, both directions, see the third rail. Don't touch that thing. And neighborhood lore had it that this kid, 4 or 5 stations down, like toward Queens, towards Manhattan, he touched the third rail and died. I don't know if that's true, but, you know, my 6-year-old head pictured him just burning up, turning to dust. Anyway, the reason I'm thinking about the third rail these days is because when I'm performing, like, the third rail is this inert chunk of dirty steel that is just powerful as hell. It runs the whole train. And that's exciting. It's giving everything, and then it can kill you. Not like I want to kill you, but you know, I want to be, you know, I want to be as powerful as a train. Like, even when I was 6, like, what is this thing bigger than me? And I put on my magic pants tonight. I thought maybe that would make me a little more powerful. You know, maybe, you know, what, a million volts in the third rail, and these are, what, 20 or 30 volts. Okay, so there's that. I forgot what the title of my piece is. It's a work in progress, so I can change it as it goes along. What I've been thinking a lot about lately is focus and distraction. Okay. Focus. And I have this. I'm timing what I'm doing because I'll forget how long it's going. And, I learned everything I know about focus and distraction, mostly distraction, from my mother. She died in the year 2000. And my mom would talk. She wouldn't talk to you. She would talk at you. It was a one-way conversation. You guys probably know what I mean, right? People just chatter. They just chatter and chatter and chatter. And after a while, or maybe after 10 seconds, if you're like me, you realize it's just not happening here. As a little kid, you know, it's your mother, so you kind of like, you just take it all in. Oh, this is the way the world is. But when I got older and I realized, not only wasn't I that interested in this stuff, and it's sad. It's sad that she was so lonely that she needed to just talk. It wasn't just me. She talked at everybody like this. As I get older, and I realized that not only was I wasn't interested in what she had to say, but that I had spent so many hours and years of my life listening to this person and therefore, you know, being polite and listening, therefore not listening to me, not listening, not even knowing what was inside. You know, it was like this empty shell, and what the fuck good is that when you're trying to be a person and talk to other people? Like, if you don't have anything, if you don't know, if you're just a shell, it's just so surfacey. It doesn't, you know. So anyway, so it was. Where am I going with that? Yeah. So distraction. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was talking a lot about the jackhammers that were in my neighborhood, because it's the same thing, right? Like it just takes, that sound, like I can't think, it makes me a shell. I get lost. And that's not right. They have work to do. I can respect that. But also, I had this friend David when I was in my early 20s. I loved this boy. And I loved him, and we were close, and he was funny and smart. We met each other. We were taking a painting class together, but I realized at a certain point that I looked up to him. That he was my hero as well as my friend, and I realized I couldn't think about who I was around him. Even, and he would try to draw me out, but for whatever reason, I didn't know how to come out, and so I had to stop being friends with him. Then there's sugar and maple syrup, and just like a beautiful 7 a.m. San Francisco fog, walking down the middle of the street with my wife. No cars. Walking down the middle of Church Street. No cars, no people around, and that felt like it felt like the third rail in a good way. No death, just power. Like it's like all of a sudden we had this park, and I just wanted everything to stop. I didn't want the streetcar to ever come. Maple syrup, sugar, mint is. I love like we have some mint leaves, mint plant growing in the back deck. Peppermint. Just going out there and break the mint and it's. There's something there that's also like the third rail. It's like getting an injection of something good. And I have colors. It's like I filled up the empty shell over the years. I learned what I like. I remember seriously thinking, Rob, what do you like in life? What a weird concept. I was like slapping myself for being so empty. I have these colors, like my favorite colors, like ultramarine blue. It's a pigment. It's a deep blue, but mixed with white. So it's close to a sky blue and matte surface. So no, not glossy, and like a light violet. And I guess I kind of like pastels, light oranges, light yellows. These colors, I just go there.